Tonight on Project Runway All-Stars, mannequins are coming to life. We're taking daytime to nighttime. Things are getting heated up. Tension is higher than ever. Of course, someone is going home. Keep it right here. We'll be right back.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Welcome back. I missed the braid memo tonight.
I know, I'm sorry. I should have texted you and let you know.
It's okay. But the thing is, I told you guys I thought about it, so it almost happened. I thought that counts. This is the after show for Project Runway All-Stars. We are going to get a lot covered in this episode as we're down to our last 8. And let's start off by introducing the lovely ladies. I'm Haley J.
Hey guys, I'm Princess. I can't believe we're down to 8.
Went past so quick, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm Katie Thompson. What's up? What's up?
So for tonight's challenge, we had to take our separate daytime looks and put them into one nighttime look. We have Dmitry and Christina getting a little tension about the focus in the room. So we're going to talk about what that is probably like, getting even more heated as we're getting closer and closer to the end. And then, of course, we're going to lose another one of our champs, as we do each week, unfortunately.
Sad times.
Plus, we've got our special segment, which is always so fun, especially fun tonight. We had some good looks where, as a reminder, what we do for everyone at home, it's pass or purchase. So we're going to talk about the 6 looks for those of you listening on podcast. If you're watching along, you'll be able to see the looks with us, and we're going to discuss out of the top 6 which ones we're passing on and which ones we would purchase. All right, let's get into it with our thoughts of the episode.
Is it just me, or was everything really ugly this episode? Like everything?
This was a hard challenge, I thought.
It could have been because it was JCPenney. I know all of you know that I'm not a fan of JCPenney. I don't know. I just, all of it's so much floral, and it was all just the same in there, so I felt like everything looked the same.
You like more fun, exciting things, and JCPenney just seems very commercialized to me, so you're like, no, I'm done.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was just a meh type of night. It wasn't terrible. I think we saw some solid, okay items.
I liked the idea because in my mind, I'm always looking for that perfect day to night look where, you know, what do they say? It's like, I think I even wrote it down. They say from billable hours to cocktail hour, where you can just so easily transition from work to grabbing a drink.
Yeah.
So I like the concept behind something easy that you don't have to, let me bring a whole nother outfit and hang it up in my car to change into, like a quick grab and go. I like that concept.
Yeah.
That being said, Princess, I think they could have done more with it. I do think the episode was a little dull to me. It could have been more exciting.
Yeah. Who had those god-awful fringe pants?
Oh.
Christina? Yeah, because I said I love the fabric, but I absolutely hate the entire outfit. Those pants, you could not pay me enough money.
Yeah, I didn't hate them. Can I do this?
Yeah, put your pants up, girl.
Show us what you're wearing.
Do a little fashion show.
So I have the pants that are kind of like that, where they.
Yes.
This
but let's
is the
see
more
that.
exciting side.
Yeah.
That's the exciting side.
That's
so
fun.
I don't know if that even showed in the camera.
No, but that's fun.
You got it.
That's not like a gross ruffle. It was like Coachella gone bad with those ruffle pants. Like,
I see it for Coachella, but being the challenge, a nighttime look.
Coachella's
Not
not
my
night.
sexiest look if I'm trying to, especially living in LA. It's like not.
And the print, too, I think wasn't helpful. At least, like, you have a solid print, like with your jeans, minus the ties.
You guys are like, no, yours is fine.
But
No, I
yours
like
is fine. Yours is on trend, but hers was just like, I think the cha-cha comment was the comment of the night. It was this weird, like, print, and then you had the ruffles, and then it wasn't enough ruffles to be dramatic. It was just fail.
It was very $2 Forever 21 sale bin for me. Like, I'll try them on, but I'm probably not going to buy them, you know?
Right.
But that's just what it is for me with those pants.
So we saw that they got to choose their model or choose the fabric.
Yeah.
Where does your mind go? What would you guys do?
I would choose the fabric. They're all great models. You know, at the end of the day, as a designer, your job is to focus on the clothes, and the model, like, the model's kind of like, I won't say like not important, but at the end of the day, they're judging the outfit.
They're there to model your clothes.
Right. If you choose a jacked up, piece of fabric that you can't work with, it's your butt, not the models.
Yeah.
So I I thought, I think people should really focus on the fabric, which I think that Anthony talked about too.
Right. It almost seems like a no-brainer where, like you said, there are obviously people we want to credit the models for being more than just figures of
Right, absolutely.
bodies, but at the same time, their job is to represent the clothing.
Yeah.
And even if you have this ideal girl in mind, you can still create that look with your design and the makeup you choose and all those factors in the end.
Yeah.
So I would really wonder why anyone would waste time not focusing on the actual print itself.
Yeah, I feel like they should all be able to just make whatever, as long as they have the measurements in front of them. Like, you should be able to adapt that into anything. Like, I don't have any business making clothes. I don't know how to do it. I tried to make a dress once. It was truly terrible. I was 7, but I digress.
I tried to do that too.
So, maybe we all
I was
did.
in high school though.
I did not, but my grandmother, I had her do it, so.
Did it turn out well?
It was memorable. It was memorable.
Do you still have it?
No, absolutely
Dang
not.
it, I was going to make you wear it next week.
Is this like everything that every kid did at some point then?
I
It's
think
like
so.
played soccer
Yeah.
for at least one season, designed a dress.
Yeah,
Yes.
I unfortunately did it for 7 and only made 1 goal, but
Okay.
yeah, we all were there. And I also tried to make a lot of Barbie clothes because that's where it started. And I was like, I'll make Barbie clothes. And I was like, I'm going to make a dress for myself. No, we
So
are
we
not.
can agree that designing
So
is
hard.
much easier in our heads sometimes.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Absolutely.
so much credit to these designers. That being said, they are winners. They're on a show. It's the final 8. You're here because you're the best.
Yeah.
So if you can't do it, you're gonna be cut.
Yeah, yeah,
And
absolutely.
it shows your skill as a designer. Like, you should be able to fit any shape. Like, this person, the way that they walk, I don't really like the way they walk. Well, then what kind of designer, like, how does that speak to your design skill if your design is based on someone's walk or someone's shape? Like, you should be able to design things that will fit anybody,
Right.
and
The
be able to
outfit should
tailor it.
be so impactful that those little details don't matter as much because you're
Right.
looking at the dress.
And you're a professional. That's what professionals do. They
Exactly.
adjust.
So when we think of the challenge creating daytime to nighttime, like I was saying earlier, I like something fast and easy to transition to. So I know they had to choose separate pieces. So ideally, it'd be great to just have a fast, easy look and keep it to one piece. But I know they had to get all the separate pieces. So I imagine taking all of those in the beginning and seeing the vision and then in a time frame figuring out how to, I don't even know where I would start with that. Like, I'm not a designer, so I'm not on this show, but that does seem like one of the harder challenges we've seen.
Yeah, I feel like for me, if I were on the show, I would want to like take like if it were a pair of pants and make it into like a shirt, or like I wouldn't want any of the actual items to be what they were when my outfit was done. And who was it that like made the vest? And then she got the feedback, and then she was like, "So I shouldn't make a vest, so I'm gonna make another vest." What, girl?
Literally says,
She threw out the old one.
What you doing? That don't make no sense. Like, I
don't make a
understand.
jacket out of a jacket. Oh, so make another jacket.
So I'm gonna just make a different jacket. Okay.
I feel like even I would have been like, okay, don't do this.
Yeah, like, even if you just make it a
She
shirt,
tried.
just cut the sleeves off and make it into a shirt. It's that simple, right?
She did admit that this was her most challenging, that she found this the most difficult, which seems fitting based on what they had to do. But I at first thought Anne was being a little bit easier on them this time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or she seemed to at least like things more than just being like, change it, fix it. And then I think we saw the first kind of criticism with the jacking.
Maybe
comment.
since she was so rough last week, she was like, maybe I should be nicer.
I don't know. Maybe now that Django's gone, who knows? Maybe she did have beef with him. Who
Maybe it was
knows?
like just.
Yeah, now she's like, now I can chill out. Like, he's gone. I can just be nice now.
Yeah.
No, like, offense to anyone that's left the show, because it is sad when people get eliminated. But you know, in that moment, you're like, oh, they were my favorite. But then how quickly do we just move on?
I know,
and be
right.
like, what's
Remember.
next? Like, I'm so not focusing on, like, and he was a big role. I think he brought a lot to it. But now I feel like Evan is kind of that new sass, and Anthony Ryan, especially after talking to them, I feel like their personalities, I don't know if it's just because we've talked to them and I noticed more, but I feel like they are the ones to kind of carry the sass. And then we do see Michelle a little bit with the sass. I feel like
we see a little bit of
Got her
Dmitry too.
opinion. Dmitry does.
Yeah.
I think everybody for the most part, except for Cynthia was pretty quiet. Christina, she had some complaints, but
I had literally never seen Cynthia before in my life.
I was like, tell us your thoughts on that one.
Who is that? I was like, has she been on? And I actually thought, like, is she helping out? Who is she? A model?
Is she a jet?
I was like, why is she here? And then I was like, oh wait, she's been here. And then I realized, like, oh, if they're showing her a lot, she either must be in the top or bottom because they only
You've
really
always
show
got that like producer mindset because you're right every time.
About that.
They're always showing the people that are either going to be like on top or bottom. So I was like, oh, well, you must be relevant this week. And
that makes sense now that I'm thinking of like even shows like The Bachelor. They show a girl. I hope I'm on the group date. Oh,
exactly.
She's chosen for it lines up perfectly.
Exactly.
Interesting. I learned something new today. But I will say, I actually have liked her work up until this point. She's been like flying under the radar, which I guess.
Boy, has she.
Right. Yeah. Now I guess now that she's
like she's barely there.
I know.
Right. Now that's probably an issue, but she made some good stuff earlier in the season. I remember like, okay, I see you.
My theory behind the lack of camera time is that from the little bit of time that we did see her on this show, I think that she's just probably not a drama type. I think she's more reserved. So when it comes to reality TV, that's probably not as exciting content, unfortunately. But she seems like she'd be really sweet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll take her to coffee. But
and her comment was funny when she did go home saying, "Oops, spoiler alert." I mean, you guys have seen it. Hopefully you've seen it by now. But we did lose her this episode. As we're getting to know her, it's like, bye, okay. Well, saying that her family could probably wait a little bit longer. She's like, I'm excited to see them, but like they could wait if I won this. They'd wait a little bit longer.
Yeah, that was cute. Speaking of spoiler alerts, I sent my mom last week's episode, like right after we did it, and then she watched it the next morning, and she was like, so I hadn't watched the episode yet, so you ruined it for me. And I was like, oh, but she's like, but I love it. I love AfterBuzz, and you're so cute. And I was like, thanks, Mom. But, sorry, shout out to my mom.
Speaking of shout outs, we want to give a special shout out to you guys. And of course, thank you for supporting us. You want to take it away, Katie?
Yes, we do. Hey, guys, so before we move on to our next topic, we just want to say thank you for making us the ESPN of TV talk. And for us to continue to grow, we could use your help. If you're on YouTube right now, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. And if you're on iTunes, please give us a 5-star rating. But no matter where you are, leave us a comment so you can get involved in the conversation. Being a part of AfterBuzz TV has meant so much to all of us, and we truly appreciate you supporting us and doing what we love. So don't forget to tell all your friends and keep enjoying our shows.
Guys, if you need any energy, just hang out with Katie for like 5 minutes.
She used the energy tonight for both of us.
I don't think I took a breath through that entire thing. I was like, I haven't taken a breath yet. Okay.
Speaking of, we were talking about the rain gets us down, we get tired.
Yeah.
What is it like for designers when we all have those days where our mind is just not there, don't know, like can't form sentences? So imagine being a designer where it doesn't, like, I mean, I guess it's the same for a lot of professions, doctors probably most importantly, but you're in a competition show. The way their schedule is, it's gruesome. It keeps going. You're always under a time clock. You aren't probably getting the proper nutrition or exercise. You're probably, you know what I mean? You're not in your routine to begin with. So I can only imagine how much added pressure is on top of you. If you're having a bad day, you just have to, I guess, be a professional and put those things behind you.
Yeah, I think he talked about what the judging session was, 4 hours, I think, last week?
And all the things that us as viewers don't even see that they go through.
Yeah, right. I think also that they probably realize if they're good at making something out of nothing in those moments of like, I'm tired, I don't want to like maybe necessarily be here today. Because I mean, you can kind of tell like also like, I don't remember whichever guest we had, but they said like you can tell when people start to get tired like throughout like the episodes. So I imagine like once you get to that place, it's like just that pushing through or making something out of nothing. So
and I guess that would be the ultimate test in the designer. Can you push through in those moments where you do want to give up? Because I'm sure the best of the best, I'm sure, you know, Calvin Klein, all these top brands, I'm sure those designers have had rough days too, and you just gotta keep going.
Yeah, and I'm sure having all of the money hanging over your head too, and all of like the different prizes will help in that. You know, like, oh, I'm tired, but I want that money, and I want all those brother sewing machines, and I would love, because one of the prizes is creating a nail polish color. Oh
that's
my
really cool.
gosh, I would love to, or like name nail polish colors. Oh,
that's cool. I feel like you'd have quirky, cool little names.
Oh yeah, it would be so much fun. But yeah, that to me would be a lot of fun and keep me motivated.
So that keeps me motivated thinking about them in the room and just how they need to have energy all the time. But we did see the tension get a little fierce between, who was it? Dmitry made a comment too, but it was mainly where am I at?
It was to Michelle and
Christina.
Yeah, they were all. I didn't quite understand that part actually because she was complaining about them talking. I was trying to figure out, are they talking about her outfit or are they just talking in general?
She was just saying, like, I'm having issues. Y'all talking are kind of, like, distracting me. It's like if I'm reading a book, I can't also listen to music. It's too much going on. I can't think about what I'm doing. So I think she just wanted, like, the silence. And then I think Dmitry saw that. And then that's how he was like, can you guys be respectful to everybody in the room, like, that have work to do?
Yeah, some of us
like,
are
y'all are
working
done. So, like, shut up. That's great. But, like, some of us need to finish. So quit your giggling.
That's such a fine line because if some people are more social, so it's kind of like, yes, you can overdo it, but at the same time, like, they can't help the fact that she, for one reason or another, was kind of just having a rough day. It's such a fine line. When I read it, when I saw it the first time, I was like, I don't know. It might just be her kind of lashing out, which, given our, like what we were just talking about, I think she has every right to have that moment because it is stressful. You don't have enough time. But I was like, I think she should cut them a little bit more slack. Like, there are some people who like to talk.
But then,
like
Anthony,
go to a break room or, like, go to a different room. Like, do you have to sit right at the table in front of her and be, like, cackling? Yeah, they do. Because remember, Django or somebody went and took a nap, and then when he was done early from making one of his things, like, I'm going to go take a quick nap.
I don't know. I guess we have to see.
I think they do have probably somewhere they can go, but I wonder a couple things. I wonder if editing maybe took out a lot more, so I wonder if they were really being
obnoxious.
Yeah, and that we only saw the little clip where it makes her seem like she's overreacting, or what if they really were laughing really loudly and it wasn't just amongst themselves, if it was like taking her attention away because it was so obnoxious type thing.
Yeah.
So that's
such a
theory.
fine line, yeah.
It would have distracted me a ton if I were doing anything with that.
Because then I'm wondering if she felt super confident about her look, if they would have mattered. Do you know what I mean? If she just happened to be like in that state of mind where she was distracted and didn't feel good about her look and was projecting it on them.
I'm always rude, and I would just be like, can y'all, like, can we just, like, take it down a little? Thanks so much.
Yeah, I feel like, just like you were saying, it's a fine line where I wouldn't expect people to be silent, but at the same time, I would like to think that the respect I would give out would be given back to me. So I think I just need to see more of what really went on.
That's true. Yeah.
I want to know how annoying they were being.
What goes on when the cameras go off?
And sometimes,
how loud were
they? How loud were they? And sometimes things are a bigger deal in your head when you're obviously frustrated. Who knew what she was going through that day? I mean, maybe like her sandwich was bad and she was upset. You never know.
Hate a bad sandwich.
All the factors. Hate
a
a bad
no
sandwich.
Not at all. Maybe she didn't
terrible situation.
Yeah. Maybe she's starving.
Anything could happen. And I want to steal this from Christina. I want to have a think. That's what she said. Can I use that line whenever I need it? Every day. I want to have a think.
What was she saying that
and
about?
And then Anne repeated that when they were just talking about her struggling. When Anne came up to her in the room before, she just clearly didn't know where she was going with it, and I've never heard that expression before. Have a think.
It's a good one.
But I remember laughing at it when I first heard it, and then Anne called it out again. So I think I'm gonna start saying it.
It's a good one.
Final recap
Is it short for think session, or is it just think? I'm overthinking this, actually.
You're
I'm overthinking the think.
Girls overthinking things. That never happens.
Shocking discovery we've made today.
And then Irina called Michelle the B word.
Oh, she did.
Oh, I missed that.
And so did I.
Basic.
Oh,
okay. I was like,
she called her basic. And I feel like in today's world, basic is a huge insult because we're all, I feel like, a little bit basic at the end of the day.
Right? Yeah.
We're trends. We all follow the same things for the most part, but you don't want to be a basic.
No.
You know, you want to be different. I think that was a diss to a designer when you're trying to be creative.
Yeah, I also called Sean's outfit a little basic.
Remind me what Sean's look was?
That's the problem, actually.
He had that, like, it was like yellow and then the red and then the floral.
The
Again, something you get at Forever 21.
Something we've seen.
Yeah,
exactly.
like it'll be in spring.
I actually could see it being cute on you guys.
I'll wear it.
Thank you.
Like, I think it'd be a cute look,
right.
but it's just like, yeah.
It's not Project Runway All-Stars.
It's a Target.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That, like,
love Target.
She has, and she has, and she has, oh, and her cousin has it. Like, everyone's going to have the same outfit on.
Yeah.
Just from different places.
Yeah, it's that nice summer dress. Like, I think I brought up the apple picking in the past, so I'm going to bring that back. It's great for apple picking.
For all the times you go apple picking.
Yeah, it almost reminded me of like a tablecloth. Like he just grabbed it and he was like, you know what? Yes, and then just wrapped it around her. I was like, nailed it. Looks great.
Nailed it.
Was he he was good in the top, or was he in the bottom?
I think I remember Isaac saying that
Sean
he
was in
scored
it.
low, but then the more that
Sean was in. Oh gosh,
I think
feel like he was in the
first.
bottom. I think so.
But then it grew on them, or at least that's what Isaac said.
Yeah, Isaac said he initially, because I think it is one of those things where you see it and you're like, oh, I've seen this, but then the more you really look at it, I could see, you know, oh, the designer did this with this piece of material, and it is artistic, and it did take longer, so there's points for all those little factors. But
did you agree with what they said about Michelle's hem? Of how it was like
I did,
too
actually.
like zigzaggy? Because I saw
think if
her
they capped it off with maybe like a pattern or something even.
Yeah, and they were showing her like working on it for like half of the episode, and it was like maybe she just stopped and like didn't get to the back of it. But I loved her dress. I really did.
I like
10 out of 10 would buy. But like, oh, I mean, sorry, not yet. I won't play a full purchasing, and I'll save it for later. But I really, really liked it a lot.
Yeah, it did look a little unfinished to me.
So that was a time thing.
It could have been. They have incredible like time crunches, but I mean, I think it was. I think Alyssa brought it up. It's a good like, oh, I need to throw on something really quickly, and I really don't care. Let's put on something strappy. So
it's all about the convenience these days,
right? So I thought it was great for that, but it did look a touch unfinished. So I agreed with that comment.
I think we need a Project Runway. All the things that go behind the scenes that we don't know, that would make it so much easier to understand show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate to be negative Nancy today or negative Katie,
Bring
but
it on.
Alyssa's white dress during I mean, thank God it's not her like classic like shoulder like A-line whatever, but it just it needed to
not
be
the first one.
No, the second the white dress during
the runway.
The runway. Thank you. I could not think of what that was called. It's shocking. But it was so ill-fitting, and then I felt like they showed it like all at first, and then it was so bad that they even like cut it off during when they were showing her before she went and sat down.
She couldn't even walk in it. She had to hold it up.
Yeah, it was like sent to the side.
I kind of want to wear a dress one day where I have to walk like this, because I'm like, she must have just like been feeling herself like, I'm the princess and everyone needs to know who the real all-star here is.
I feel like it's almost there with her outfits. Like we're so close. And then it's
did
just
Evan say it, or did Anthony Ryan say that her stylist needed to be fired?
I think it was Anthony.
Yeah, we were all in agreement on that.
Like finally, we're not the only ones who think this about her dresses.
But I wonder her input. I'm like, if she's like, yes, this is gonna be a look, or if she's like, whatever they say.
Comfortable in all of it, because I probably wouldn't be like wearing anything on TV that I thought I looked bad in.
She seems like the type of person who's pretty laid back, and will, as long as it's comfortable, she seems like she could go along with it. So, I mean, it would be interesting to hear, because sometimes I really am like, that's not flattering at all. Like, is she even comfortable in it? So, I don't know. I feel like this is not the worst that we've seen, though. Like, I feel like we've seen worse.
No,
so I won't trash it too much, because it could be a lot worse.
And I always feel so bad for trashing her too, because she goes on social media, Alyssa, and she's like, everybody just needs to be nice to each other. And I'm like, yes, girl, but like, yo, dresses are ugly sometimes. So like, that's my issue. Yes, but also
just the wardrober.
We have to get into the inevitable someone going home. So like we said, and I'm so sorry, Cynthia, you seem so sweet, but like I just don't think she's going to be a big missing factor from the season.
I didn't know she was there to begin with.
Just because in reality TV you need that sass, whether it's about a competition or not. You still want that fun behind the scenes stuff, and she just didn't bring it.
I will say that even if she is laid back, let your work speak for you.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm okay with you you do you. Be calm, cool, be like Anya. She's my favorite.
Yeah.
But let your work speak for you. And tonight it didn't happen, and I was so sad. I actually liked her work in the past, not tonight. but in the past.
You just said something that sparked something in my mind, because for some reason this season of All Stars is not my favorite, and I find it to be a little bit more lackluster than the rest of them. I'm wondering if it's because of casting, that there's just not enough of that like rare personalities in it to where I'm like glued to it, because I find myself being like, what time is it as I'm watching the episodes? Like, I'm just like, what is going on in the season?
And it almost makes you sad when you want to think that, like, I want people to get along and be great, but we are drawn to the fierceness, the excitement, and it does make a big difference.
It does.
Yes, and we see a little bit of the sass, but it's still like little snarky comments, like throw a punch.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. But we need more, and I think that's what we are lacking this season.
Yeah, I miss also, like, in the regular Project Runway, I think I've said this before, but, like, going back to the hotel rooms, like, I miss, like, seeing that stuff, too. And,
more
like,
behind the scenes.
the behind-the-scenes stuff, because I'm just seeing workroom, I'm just seeing on the runway, and I want to see more than that.
And that would probably inform what happens in the workroom, because they just got into a fight in the dorm, so that's a good, I forgot all about that.
Yeah,
that would be helpful.
So producers, if you're watching and you need a few notes, just saying,
or a producer. No, I'm just kidding.
And we do have to give the shout out to our winner, Evan.
Yes.
He finally won.
But I don't think you agreed with that.
No, I absolutely hated his look. What did I write down
Don't
about
hold
it?
back, Katie.
It was like Aladdin, which I've said before about one of his looks. MC Hammer Time, Aladdin Time is what I wrote down. Yeah, all he needed was a magic carpet and a dance.
I mean, on trend, that movie's coming out.
Yes, but not on trend with my win. With that win.
I was a little surprised that he didn't really get any criticism other than the crotch being too low. I personally thought it was a fun look, but I would need it to be for a specific event. I wouldn't feel in place if I was just going to brunch or something.
Yeah.
I need it to be fitting.
There was somebody with the body type to rock that, and I think it would look super cute, especially the turban. I think that really brought it together.
I did like the turban.
It wouldn't work for me,
yeah,
but I think there's somebody out there that would rock it and it would look cute.
Agreed. Like, I liked it on the model, but I think, could I see this in a real... I just think it had to be more of
practical.
A theme party or something. I don't know.
I feel like if they just, like, cut it up the crotch and, like, made it into an actual jumpsuit, like a fitted jumpsuit, I'd be fine with it, because I liked it from, like, here up.
I agree.
That was
a little
fine,
shorter crotch
but it just, that it was the flow of the... I hated it.
I wonder how much of a difference that would have made if it was just slightly shorter.
I love a jumpsuit, like a nice jumpsuit. So, but he's done the flowy crotch stitch before, so maybe that's just a little bit of his.
We're seeing more and more that they all have their styles.
Michelle pretty much makes the same crap every week. So does Dmitry, but I love Dmitry, so I don't care. But Jesus, his shirt this week was
not like that
at all. Like half of it got cut off, and I'm so negative this week. I'm so sorry, you guys, but it was just.
I didn't hate the shirt. I hated it with this skirt. I hated the look as one. Didn't hate the shirts separately.
It was like something I would wear in the 7th grade and then really regret it.
It did look like a 7th grade kind of like middle school. I'd wear this skirt for sure with etnies in middle school.
It was like the shirt was too short. You had the arm, the sleeve thing going on.
Good
and
God.
The skirt. It was just, I like his work too, but tonight I was like, what is going on with everybody?
But to be fair, it wasn't theirs. They were having to take something else that was already made and then try to make it there. But they should be able to do it. Chop it up, take the seams out, make it better.
He's so talented. He could have done something. At least, like, make the sleeves the same length. Like, at least give us that.
Or not that much volume on one of them.
Something.
Or not that skirt. And then, like, even Michelle said, like, he'll even say that he loves it, even if he hates it. And you could hear when he saw the model and then did that head thing, it was like, but I kind of like that it's funky like that. But do you? Do you? Because you shouldn't. So, SOS.
I have to question the judges a little bit. We had Jasmine Tukes and Vanessa Williams. I like them as people, but I have to wonder, and we've discussed this before with our past guests, of the credibility that a singer and a Victoria's Secret model, where can they really come from with these critiques on their designs? I would be a little frustrated as a designer.
I'm more comfortable with a model because they are still in the fashion industry.
Right.
You know, besides working for Victoria's Secret, they named other companies, I think Prada. So I'm okay with that. But
She's used to wearing looks and what.
Right. Like she works in this industry, but I I agree with you on everyone else, like the race car driver and all these other people that we've, you may or may not have heard of. It's kind of like, oh, it's great to have that celebrity factor, but what can they tell us about
fashion? I think that's so clearly just for ratings. To be like, oh, this special guest, let's watch it. But as a designer in a competition show, going for money, going for a title, I'd be like, who are you to tell me?
Yeah. Well, I think with Vanessa Williams, they were like, well, she plays a fashion person in a TV show, so yeah, that works. Let's get her on. She's got a big enough name.
She said yes.
Oh my gosh, I can't deal. And I kind of feel bad because to me, one of the things I've loved about Project Runway is I truly feel like it's about the art, it's about the fashion. And so to kind of have this, celebrity gimmick actually, to me, kind of betrays the integrity of the show in a way. Like, to me, it was really seriously about fashion. You bought guests that knew fashion, and now it's just kind of like, oh, here's this person with this famous name who's going to give us their input. So.
Forgive me, is Melissa Milano like a model?
She's an actress. She was from Charmed.
So then she has nothing to do with fashion either?
Not really. I mean, I don't know her
at least
extensive
Heidi Klum,
background,
like,
but...
putting on to clothes, and she's like a #1 model. But like, Melissa Milano, who are you? I don't know.
I think, that's where I think a lot of it is just trying to get content for views. Unfortunately, that's the world we live in, where I think it's just about the numbers.
Yeah,
and
I mean, everybody
ratings.
loves her though. Everyone's a huge fan of. I feel like I'm the only one who's not an Alyssa Milano fan.
I think she does well.
Oh, she does. I just, for some reason, she's been one of those people that's like meh for me. But she does great holding, carrying the show.
I think she's super sweet, and I think you need someone to kind of ground. Even Heidi was this role, like she would kind of ground everyone. So I appreciate that aspect. You know what? I won't blame her. It's the people that dress her. I think she's fine. It's the people that are putting the clothes on her.
Stylist.
Whoever's in charge of that. That's who I blame here.
It's not that I dislike her. She's just like meh to me. Like I'm just she's.
It doesn't do anything for you.
Yeah, she's like the color gray. Whatever.
Let's talk about what looks did do something for us. We're getting into, thank you guys for your input on that. Let's get into our negative special segment, pass or purchase. Again, a little recap. We're going to show you guys the top 6 looks. For those listening at home, we're going to help describe them along for you, and we're going to talk about which ones we're going to pass on or purchase. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do it. First look up, we have Irina. Oh, oof. Maybe not. That might not be Irina. Let's see. There we go. That red one right there. Thank you. So Irina had the big sleeves with the red dress.
Yes.
Especially just having Valentine's Day pass, I'm like, yes. I would pass on this, or purchase. I like this one.
I was like, wait, I'm confused.
I love the color, and I did not love this dress, honestly. I liked the surprise in the back with the, the open back, but otherwise I just thought it wasn't the worst, but I wasn't impressed. I've been more impressed with her work in the past.
What didn't you like about it?
The shoulder thing, which I think someone pointed out, it does look really heavy to me, and I don't think it was super flattering.
What do we think is in there?
I don't know. But it's so high. Like, it's like floating on top.
That looks like more than just a shoulder pad.
Right, it's not just a shoulder pad. It's like
that is
extra
very
padding.
high the more I look at that.
Right, so to me, that's just not cute. So I would pass on this one. I love the color, but that's about it.
Love the belt, love the back. I actually really, really like it. I would purchase it. It also reminds me of the dancing girl emoji, the little, the cha-cha girl.
One.
Yeah. So I don't know. I really liked the belt, and I liked the scoop in the back. So I'll purchase her.
All right, moving on to Michelle.
Oh, love this look so much.
I did too. And this for me was the most relatable and wearable that I think I would choose for myself. It was simple. This was the one that was called basic, but especially to Alyssa Milano's point, when we're looking for something easy, we're looking for something fast, this is what we go to. And for girls that may not have the biggest chest, speaking for a friend, it would definitely be a top choice because it's still got the sexy element with the low cut.
Yeah.
But I feel like it is very flattering.
As I mentioned earlier, I think it doesn't look finished. I'm just going to plug in. My favorite for the night was Anthony. That's the dress I would buy and wear immediately. But
Can you describe that one for the podcast listeners?
Yeah, he blended the fabrics in a really cool way, and that's something that I see even people doing with African prints. his signature blue. But he also had the floral print, but it wasn't just slapped on there purposelessly. It had purpose, and it had a really cool design, and it was structured. So that was my favorite outfit of the night. With that being said, this is my number 2, so just kind of to bring it back, I think that the hem could have used some finishing, but it's really pretty. I like the gray, so yeah, I thought it's a nice, just throw it on and keep it moving.
It's
type
like
of
a
dress.
fun kind of party dress, a little bit.
Yeah, simple.
I like that it kind of reminds me of like a elevated white t-shirt look, kind of like a big oversized white t-shirt. I like that it reminds me of a nightgown. Yeah. I would buy it if my boobs were smaller, because I would look, my bobs would be low in this one. I love the shoulder situation, loved the model's hair, and I liked the color of the dress as well. I would also like to see the color of a dress in a nail polish bottle, was what I kept thinking as it walked down. I was like, that sparkle
foil
though,
look.
want it on my nails.
Jasmine, the model, did not seem to like it. She said it reminded her of like just the futuristic space party, I think was the term.
I want to go to that. A futuristic space party.
Space party too.
Hello, birthday theme for me this year.
Next up, we have Christina. So she did the 70s look with those pants that you love so much, Katie, you were telling us about.
Never hated a pant more in my life.
And that denim situation.
Good God.
All I can call it is a denim situation, because that is what we have here, folks. I don't know what to do with it. It reminds me of something that I'm like going through my clothes being like, I've had this for 7 years and I'm never going to touch it. Get rid of that one. Yeah.
It was trendy at one point,
This
but
was
not
a gift
today.
from Nana 7 Christmases ago.
Or you like really
Sorry,
loved
Nana,
it.
I love you. But you know what I mean? It's like just something that you don't need in your closet. It doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah. So you'd pass?
I would.
Yeah. sounds like that way.
It wasn't flattering to me. Again, if you're going to do the vest thing, like make it cool, make it unique. It's just, she kind of just wrapped the fabric around her and just kind of, again, unfinished. And yeah, I would totally pass. Not to mention the pants. We won't get into the pants, but just the top alone, this blue low-cut vest thing.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
It's giving me like Elvis karate suit vibes, like with it looks like a karate belt in the way that it's just like brought over, and just the pants. I hated everything about this look. I could really just deal without it altogether.
I think we can all agree that Christina got lucky, especially expressing how she thought she was going home in the design room. So she was very close. We'll see what she brings in next episode. We have Cynthia, who, of course, we did lose. She had the long vest that they did have her take off, which looked a lot better. So this look right here you're seeing is with the vest off. And we have that, for those listening on the podcast, it's the crop look with the patterned skirt and kind of like that vest crop where it's almost like a mini suit on top type thing.
Yeah.
So hard to like describe. Like, what are these looks?
Yes.
I guess that's the point. When you mix all these different designs together, it's not a typical look, which, and there we see with the vest. I agree, it looked much better with the vest off. This is not something I would wear. I would pass on it. It just does nothing for me.
I like this as a base. I think if she, like the judges said, if she had spent more time on it, I actually would wear this. I like the crop. I think it's just enough. If it was a little bit longer, I don't know, I would have made some tweaks. But I like it as a good foundation, and I didn't think it was the worst,
I agree as far as a good space crop. It's not too much. It's like a cute, just enough of a little tweak, but
see,
I think crop.
I think the crop is so awkward, and looking at it, it's like, is it skin? Is it a belt? I can't tell.
You'd rather commit. Go bigger.
Like,
don't do it at all.
That's not where I want my crop. I don't want my crop like where I sit down and then it's just going to be bursting out of the in-between of my shirt and my skirt, because that's the kind of crop we're getting. Those ruffles look like they actually exploded out of her boobs. I like it better with the vest because we're covering up the hideousness underneath there. I hate where it's cut too. It looks like she's gonna get in trouble in school because the hem is just a little bit too short, and her arms
she's doing the fingertip length thing right now.
Total test. But I don't know which one I hate more between this one and the last one. So it's a no for you. The ruffles remind me of like the dinosaur that have like the things coming out of their heads. They're like, Those guys are so I'm gonna pass. I'm not gonna purchase this one.
Let's move on to Sean. We have the long yellow dress. We kind of touched on this already, where we don't hate it, but we do feel like this is something we've just seen before. We're bored at this point in the competition. We're expecting a little bit more.
Yeah. It's too casual for me.
It's cute.
It's cute,
but are we here to be cute?
No, we are not. So I want to, like, when I go out at night, I want to feel sexy. I want to, like, highlight everything. And to me, this is like going back to my apple picking. This is something you just put on that's cute, that's flowy, comfortable, but this girl has a body and we don't see it, and that's what I want when I go out at night.
And going back to the guidelines of the competition in the first place, create a nighttime look. So I don't think he hit the mark, which is, you know, why they put him in the end, of course.
Yeah, no. I would pass on this. It looks like a tablecloth to me. It's not well fitted.
It does look like a tablecloth.
Oh yeah, it looks like
it does.
At a picnic.
Yeah.
While you're picking apples.
Yeah, exactly. And then you took a strap and you wrapped it around you 3 times and you were like, this looks great, doesn't it, Mom? And then that's what you did. So it's just basic and not for me. I'm gonna pass on her.
We got to finish up with our boy Evan. He was the winner tonight, so congratulations to him, whether we agree with it or not. But actually, with the looks that we saw, and the more I'm going back and really looking at them, Katie, I agree with your initial comment in that we didn't really have nothing wowed me tonight. I think my favorite would still be Michelle's.
Yeah.
I would purchase this one, but like I was saying before, I would just need it to be, you know, a themed party, I guess. I don't know, like a Disney princess. I'm going to be Aladdin, yes. I do like it, but for purpose.
Yes.
When I pass or purchase. So I wouldn't purchase for me, but can I purchase for someone else?
Sure,
Is that allowed?
go for it.
Okay, cool.
It's like, can I call in a friend? It's
Get
like
a gift
you can
card.
do it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, okay, this is a gift card. Yeah, I think there's some people that would be able to rock it out confidently. I personally would not for me, but I think it's cute. Not my favorite of the night, but I think it's cute.
I could see like Vanessa Hudgens in it.
Yes,
I could too.
Yeah, like
at a
she
festival,
would rock
though.
it 100%.
At a festival.
Yeah. To me, it's not a nighttime look at all. Hate the belt. I'm not gonna purchase it. I'm not gonna purchase it for a friend. I'm gonna put that not anywhere near my body. So I'm a no.
We kept it real with this episode that we didn't love it, and I like that we can be honest and say that. That being said, predictions for next week's episode.
Yes.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Love it. We did see a little teaser on creating a gender-neutral look, which I'm single, but if I had a boyfriend, I think the idea of a girl being able to grab the boyfriend's jacket, go for the day, steal his clothes, like, you know, that's what it's all about, right? Stealing from your significant other. I think that's what love is. So just along the lines, and as far as girls and menswear is so huge in women's fashion right now that I really love this concept of let's create pieces that both male and female can equally wear and look great and confident in. So I'm excited to see what kind of looks we're going to get from next week.
I think they're going to have issues. I think there's going to be lots of drama because I don't think that streetwear is everybody's forte when it comes to this. So I think that people are going to struggle with it. And then I think that based on their struggles, the cattiness is going to come out. So I'm ready for that cattiness. Yeah.
Evan, actually, his own personal line, Bedell Black, I know, is a lot of streetwear stuff. So I wonder if this could be another experience for him to step up.
He'll probably do great.
Yeah, I think Bedell's going to do well. I think Anthony's going to do well. Christina, I don't think this is going to be her episode like tonight.
I wonder with Dmitry too, because the ruffles is his go-to, and that's not typically streetwear.
No, and ruffles are typically not gender neutral either.
Good
but
point.
you know, maybe and
with
this year they are.
And with the changing times and fashion changing, and even men wearing, you know, rompers and things like that. And this was filmed a while ago. We do know it's been over a year, they said.
Yeah.
So I'm curious in how quickly things can change and where their projections of what fashion was going to be was even at that point.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping it's good.
I think Irina might struggle too, because all of her looks are super, like, feminine.
They are.
Yeah, they are.
So I think it'll be interesting to see what she does as well.
Yeah, the feminine designers will have a little bit of an issue with this one. Yeah.
Or they'll surprise us.
Hopefully.
Where'd that come from?
Yeah, hope so.
And let us know too, guys. Always feel free to comment along with the YouTube. Let us know what you're thinking. Again, we wrapping up another week of Project Runway All-Stars. I'm Haley J. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at HeyJ, HAYJ_.
I'm Princess Carol. You can find me on Instagram at Princess Carol TV and on Facebook at Princess Carol, Carol with 2 R's and 2 L's.
And I'm Katie Thompson. You can find me social media-wise everywhere at Little Baby Kates. And make sure to check out my podcast, See You Next Tuesday. It's available on iTunes and Stitcher and at katiethompson.la.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.